What's going on, guys? It's Rage, and welcome back to some more Modern Warfare 3. Coming back to Modern Warfare 3 after the Black Ops 6 beta is such a different feel, but honestly, I've really missed this game. So here for today's video, there's a couple of things that I want to get caught up with here on Modern Warfare 3. We have the new Week 8 challenges in the game. We get the dual SPAS 12s, the Jak Devastators. Also with that, we'll get the Chainbreaker camo, and the challenges to complete everything are pretty straightforward, so we're going to go ahead and do this. But I also wanted to talk about some pretty disappointing, unfortunate news that we got earlier this week in relation to Black Ops 6. Not only that, but I wanted to talk about the Season 6 roadmap for Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. Real quick though, as far as all the challenges go, I think we'll just go ahead and jump into hardcore small maps just to knock it out really quickly. The first thing that I wanted to talk about in relation to Black Ops 6 is earlier this week, Charlie Intel tweeted this. Breaking. Activision confirms there is no campaign early access for Black Ops 6. The team is fully focused on October 25th. We are excited about all the game has to offer across campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. This year we made the decision to ensure the community gets to dig into any and all modes that they want at the same time. In which, understandably so, a lot of the responses to that were pretty disappointing. Like, a lot of people were very upset about that because campaign early access really is one of the best things that Call of Duty had been doing over these past couple of years. See, the thing is for me is that I've always been a giant campaign nerd. Like, my very first experience with Call of Duty was playing the COD 4 campaign, and it's been a tradition of mine that every single time a new Call of Duty comes out, I always play the campaign first. I really do enjoy the stories. And I think that over the past couple of years, or at least the past 2 years with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, it's actually been a really good decision for them to release the campaign early, because nowadays, so many people are much more invested into jumping into the multiplayer, zombies, only just because you really only play the campaign like once or twice, maybe for replay value, and that's really about it. But the thing is, when you go ahead, when the new game comes out, you're going ahead and making a decision of what do I want to jump into first? And now with everything releasing at the same time, it feels like people are going to choose against the campaign, which typically most people do. I feel like I'm one of the oddballs again in this regard, where I always play the campaign first, pretty much no matter what. I know Call of Duty's been going on for pretty much 2 decades now, and it's still wild to me that so many players of COD just apparently have never touched the campaigns. Wild to me. It's wild to me because Call of Duty has had some really, really good campaigns over the years. Of course, there have been ones that haven't been that great. Obviously here with Modern Warfare 3, not a whole lot of people really seem to like it, and I can't help but think that the response to the Modern Warfare 3 campaign is probably the reason as to why we're not getting it with Black Ops 6, which really is disappointing. I do understand it in the sense of the bad press that it got, which we all know how Modern Warfare 3 was received. Not a whole lot of people really enjoyed it. I mean, I have my full Modern Warfare 3 review that I'm currently working on right now and talking about the campaign. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my god, I loved the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. What's everyone talking about? I completely understand the disappointment with that campaign. I also don't think it was entirely that bad either. I mean, really, just as a quick side note, my thing with the Modern Warfare 3 campaign is that not even just the new MW3 campaign, but with Modern Warfare 22's campaign last year, it all feels like very small puzzle pieces to the narrative, and it's not even that clear. And then, of course, we had the ending to the Modern Warfare 3 campaign that not a lot of people were happy with. So again, I completely understand, but it is still very disappointing to hear that we're not getting that campaign early access this year. I really would like to imagine that a lot of people are very excited for Treyarch's next campaign, considering Cold War's campaign was really, really good. Cold War's campaign was absolutely phenomenal. I am genuinely so stoked for the sequel to that this year. But now it's just really disappointing to hear that we're not getting that campaign early access, because now it's like we're taking a step back once again, where it's like, okay, now we gotta decide. Because the thing is, if you choose to play the campaign first, if you're someone like me, you're gonna feel like, oh, I'm falling behind in the multiplayer or in zombies. I gotta go ahead and get all my things leveled up and start making videos on that. I'm just speaking from my personal experience, or again, I feel like a lot of players probably do relate to feeling like they're gonna fall behind if they start with the campaign. Me personally, if I were Treyarch, or if I were the one who was making the decision, I would full send on the early access for campaign, because it's like, we know you guys liked Cold War, here's the sequel. It gives us a chance to have plenty of time to experience the campaign, get our settings right with the game as well, but also just experience, get immersed with the story first, without immediately jumping into multiplayer and things not making sense as far as like the settings go in the multiplayer. Typically with Call of Duty campaigns, they establish the groundwork for the game. They establish the setting of the game. So me personally right now, I'm still kind of deciding on what exactly do I want to do right away. Again though, I really do find it disappointing that we're not going to be getting that campaign early access. It's something that I've really enjoyed from Call of Duty over the past couple of years, and was honestly hoping it was going to become a new staple to the franchise. Just give players the chance to jump into the campaign early so it doesn't feel like we're missing out on that at all. But again though, given the bad press and the bad reception to Modern Warfare 3, I do understand why they're probably not wanting to take that risk anymore. We've seen this kind of thing in Call of Duty in the past where, again, we've used to have player counts in the main menus. It stopped after Call of Duty Ghosts because when Ghosts came out, more players went back to Black Ops 2, and then going into the future, starting with Advanced Warfare, and beyond that, we didn't have active player counts in the playlist anymore. But I still really do think, though, that it is a really good option to have that campaign early access. It's just kind of a shame the way that things played out. I still gotta get a couple headshots using pistols. Completely forgot about that one. It's a lot harder to do this with a Kembo. I feel like I should just put on, like, the reg one. You know what? Never mind. I spoke too soon. And there we go. All the week challenges are done. Awesome. With that, though, we've now unlocked the Jak Devastators, and that takes off a lot of attachments. I saw the inspec for these on Twitter earlier, and this is absolutely insane. Racks it back, catches the shell in his mouth, spits it back out. Whoever on the animation team put that together did a phenomenal job. That is sick. Now, we are playing hardcore, so I would imagine that the shotguns in hardcore are going to be insanely good, but in core, I don't know how good these are going to be in core. So besides the unfortunate news that, again, we are not getting campaign early access for Black Ops 6, I did want to go ahead and talk about the Season 6 roadmap, the final season here for Modern Warfare 3. Now, on the multiplayer side of things, we are getting one new map called Drive-Thru. We're getting a map remake of Meat called Mad Cow, which I would assume is this Halloween Slaughterhouse remake of Meat. But we're also getting now 5 variants of Shipment: Arena, Stay High, Bitment, Ghost Ship, and Sunny Shipment.
Okay, that's good. All right, that's good. Okay. All right, okay, all right. Okay, that's good. It's enough slices!
I will say, though, I do think it's really cool we get Michael Myers just as a free Battle Pass operator. I think that's really cool. It is also kind of disappointing to see that there's not going to be a Haunting of Rxqe, which, even though I'm not a big Warzone player, I really do enjoy the Haunting events. Haunting of Verdansk, Haunting of Al Mazrah, things like that I do think were really, really cool, and I enjoyed those a lot. We're also getting only 3 new aftermarket parts. It looks like we're getting one for the MX Guardian. There's one that's an explosive modification for the Cat AMR sniper rifle. That sounds really cool. And then even for the Stormender, for the Jak Volstorm on the Stormender, high voltage electricity is cycled through copper coils and discharged in a lethal bolt capable of hitting multiple targets. It sounds like we're quite literally getting the Tempest or even the Wonderwaff in multiplayer. Like, that actually sounds really cool. I can't even lie. It's also wild that I'm saying, oh yeah, we're only getting 3 aftermarket parts, but you know, all year long we've been getting aftermarket parts like every single week. But one of my favorite things about Modern Warfare 3, I don't know if there's a whole lot of people out there that really realize and appreciate how much work and how much post-launch support was really added to this game. How much more there was to do, the amount of longevity that Sledgehammer put into this game with all the aftermarket parts, all the post-seasonal updates. The whole concept of aftermarket parts are truly one of the best things that has come to Call of Duty as of recent. Every single week, there is always something new to do. I feel like a lot of people are going to look back on Modern Warfare 3. Again, the COD cycle is going to hit so different for this Call of Duty. A lot of people might not realize it now, but damn, yo, Modern Warfare 3 had a lot going for it. It was actually really good. We slept on it. I guarantee you that's going to start hitting. We got people saying that kind of stuff about Modern Warfare 22 Season 1, so... Okay, yo, up close, this thing is kind of nuts. With Modern Warfare 3, I'm expecting that, but then some. 100% sounds like I'm glazing, but it is completely deserved glaze. I would say pause and no freaky, but the whole situation sounds freaky. Alright, anyways, regardless. Again, though, I know we're getting close to Black Ops 6. We're now on the tail end of Modern Warfare 3 support, which really does upset me because I am going to miss this game a lot. What I'm also a little concerned about with Black Ops 6 is that there's been no mention of aftermarket parts, so I don't know what Treyarch is going to do to potentially match or even outdo what Sledgehammer has done for the post-launch support of Black Ops 6. What Sledgehammer has done for Modern Warfare 3, but what Treyarch is going to do for Black Ops 6. I'm sure they've got all sorts of roadmaps and plans, and we're going to be fine, but Modern Warfare 3 and Sledgehammer, though, really set the bar to new highs for post-launch support. So I'm just hoping that we get to see more of that going into the future. Like, who doesn't want more content in the video games? It's been one of Call of Duty's biggest criticism over the years is like, what is there more to do? Besides all that, though, a part of the reason as to why I'm pretty disappointed with Season 6 and the news of it is because we are getting 5 Shipment remakes. We don't need 5 Shipment remakes. It's also pretty hilarious timing because in my Black Ops 6 beta review video, I was talking about the fact that players have gotten so used to Shipment. I wonder if it's, again, affecting Call of Duty's map design, or it, again, might be affecting the developers' ideas of map design because everyone's just like, oh, we only want small map mosh pit. Like, that's it. For lack of a better term, again, it's the Shipment brain rot that has taken over since Modern Warfare 2019 that I can kind of see where the developers are like, wait, so do they only want small maps? Do they only want Shipment? And now we get 5 Shipment remakes. I don't think that was necessary. I do like the ideas and the sounds of the designs for the new Shipment maps, like all the new new aesthetics seem really, really cool. But the thing is that having one new map, there was also this tweet from Charlie Intel that says, allegedly Treyarch were taking maps from Sledgehammer to put into Black Ops 6. I don't know if that's kind of a I scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of thing, because Treyarch helped out a lot with ranked play over the years, but even Vanguard Zombies, Modern Warfare 3 Zombies at the start of the year, Treyarch has been helping out a lot over the course of the years, so I completely get that. If that is to be the case, I don't know. But let's say there was a quota or something to me, right, where they had to put X amount of new maps in the game. The thing that disappoints me is that all year long, I was talking about it, I was imagining it like, we have 4 multiplayer maps in the war maps. Actually, we have 5, technically, if we want to count Kandor Hideout from Modern Warfare 2019, but we have 4 maps that we haven't seen remade before outside of remasters. We have Crossfire and Countdown from Call of Duty 4, which again, we've only seen in COD 4 and Modern Warfare Remastered, and then we have Liberation and Overwatch from the original Modern Warfare 3 DLC that's never been remade. So for me, the question again begs, why didn't we just turn those maps into 6v6 multiplayer maps instead of just having 5 shipment variants? I really do think it would have been really cool to have all those maps just there in multiplayer. It was right there. The maps are already in the game. I'm sure obviously you're going to have to adjust it, but now also just for the record here, if it wasn't obvious enough, a part of the reason as to why I'm saying that I'm so disappointed is just because of the missed opportunities. Of course, the news of no campaign early access for Black Ops 6 is super disappointing because it is a missed out opportunity to continue on something that has been really good, really beneficial for Call of Duty, but maybe they don't see that anymore just because of the bad feedback from the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, so I kinda get it, but also at the same time, it's Treyarch's new game. I would imagine a lot of people who actually played the Cold War campaign really enjoyed it. Good way to start the hype kinda early, but again, I see why they're kinda hesitant to do that now. And now with Modern Warfare 3, 5 shipment remix is again, that's more than enough slices. And again, I just think it was a missed opportunity to bring back some more 6v6 multiplayer maps to send off Modern Warfare 3. Oh my god, I was gonna try and line up the triple. There's like a 5-in-1 running out of there. Now, I've been noticing here that these shotguns are not very good. Damage-wise up close, yeah, they are a little bit weak, but I kinda understand why. Yeah, there we go. In hardcore, though, completely different story. You can absolutely map people with these things. In core, though, you gotta be a little bit closer. Yeah, and the fire rate, again. Of course, they're like right here at the end of the game. Awesome. In my opinion, Sledgehammer did such a good job with this, and consistently having these new things in the game, new things to do every single week. The fact that we're only getting 3 is just like, man, I get it because we're going into Black Ops 6, but that's also the precedent that has been set. I will say again, though, these 2 things in the Jak Salvo and the Jak Voltstorm sound insane. Sniper modification that fires anti-material explosive rockets. Like, what the hell? It sounds ridiculous. I love it. And then again, we're basically getting the Tempest, the Wonder Waffle even. The idea of those both sound really, really cool. I am looking forward to it. The idea of getting a Get High shipment is pretty cool. Like the aesthetic look of it, even Ghost Ship here, I think that's really cool. Like a Halloween version of it, that's awesome. I know I was saying this a lot at the start of the year with shipment and just having it carry forward from Modern Warfare 2. Looking at nighttime shipment got very old. So having the sunny versions of it or even this arena shipment looks pretty cool too. All of the ideas and the aesthetics of the new shipments are really cool and I am excited to check them out. But it's just, it's a lot of shipment. It's disappointing to me just because I put this thought in my head like, oh, they would totally give us like Crossfire and Countdown and all those maps in the war maps as multiplayer maps. I'm not just saying that as a COD 4 fan, but I also just thought of it as kind of like a safe haven, right? If Sledgehammer really needed to fall back on something, they already had the assets for all of those multiplayer maps to make them 6v6 maps. So if it was a quota thing, I feel like it was just a missed opportunity. It's a little disappointing because it's like, it was right there. Did we really need 5 shipment variants? I don't know. What I'm really curious about the 5 shipment remakes is if they're going to be a LTM kind of thing, or if they're going to be 5 just staple new shipment variants of shipment in the game. Especially in the small map playlist. I think it'd be really cool to have all of the variants there, so it's like, you know, you're always playing something different. I feel like that's probably what they were going for. Actually, now that I think about it, that does kind of make sense. Like, maybe if it's going to be just a small map mosh pit kind of thing, giving the players that mainly focus on the small map mosh pit playlist, I feel like giving them all the shipment variants is a really cool idea. I get it because that's the one map that everyone wants to play, so you want to give them something different to look at every single time. Sledge had also done a very similar thing at the end of Vanguard's life cycle where they gave us 24/7 shipment, like no limit shipment. Maybe that's the idea that they were going for, and maybe once Black Ops 6 comes out as kind of some like year 2 post support, they could have a shipment 24/7 playlist, or again, another no limit shipment where it's got these, you know, 5, 6, 7 variants of shipment in the game. It makes more sense the more that I think about it, but I just can't help but think that if they really needed more maps in the game, they had like 5 of them from the war maps that they could have fallen back on. Of course, there would have always been the complaint complaints of, oh, devs are so lazy, why would they do that? But it just makes sense. It'd be pretty wild to imagine the complaints about that, especially with Liberation and Overwatch, literally MW3 DLC maps that we haven't seen in over a decade. There's a good chance that a majority of new Call of Duty players probably haven't even played those maps, and even same goes for like Crossfire and Countdown. Only had those in COD 4 and MWR, which was also 8 years ago. I am sick to my stomach thinking about that. I think for variety's sake and bringing something old back, it would have been a good exception. Definitely spent far too much time yapping about this, but I hope you guys see my point. I'm only disappointed because Call of Duty had something really good going with the campaign early access, and it is a shame to see it go away just because of the reception of Modern Warfare 3. I'm not blind to the reason, but I do get it. But yeah, so on that note, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I just wanted to sit down and talk about that real quick just because there was a lot that I wanted to get caught up on here with Modern Warfare 3. Here's also a quick look at the Chainbreaker camo. I actually kind of like the Carnage colors on it, the red, black, and yellow. That's pretty cool. Again, though, we got Season 6 next week, and we'll go ahead and jump back into it then. So again, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for checking it out. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. It's Enrage, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.